Time now for this week's Goofy Award. Well, I'll tell you, Alberta Premier Rachel Notley is being introduced to something many of us already knew, and that is there are no negotiations with extremists. And she's finding out the most prominent members of the environmental movement are extremists. You know, their opposition to projects like the expansion of the existing Trans Mountain Pipeline or the Keystone XL is absolute. Opponents like Elizabeth May or the BC Green Party leader Andrew Weaver, BC NDP leader John Horgan are disingenuous in their opposition to Kinder Morgan's Trans Mountain Pipeline. No, they pretend that they're opposed to the specifics of the project when in fact they're opposed to all pipeline projects that carry Alberta oil to other markets. What Rachel Notley thought she could gain support by pushing a variety of measures to combat global warming, from like phasing out the coal industry to implementing a carbon tax. But no, she was wrong. There is no negotiating with extremists. The NDP's Leap Manifesto crowd gave her a big middle finger in her own provincial capital. Was it just over a year ago at the National Convention? That was a convention that threw out Thomas Mulcair for being just a little too practical and saying things like taking over 50% of a person's income is confiscation, not taxation. I mean, what was he thinking? He just challenged the main economic premise of every NDP platform for decades. And now Premier Notley's finding out how little her social contract is worth, with the BC NDP promising, along with the Green Party, to do everything within their power to prevent Trans Mountain, which, if successful, and even delaying the project, is akin to guaranteeing the Alberta NDP's debate. Kind of a weird situation. You got the Alberta NDP hoping the Liberals win the BC election, and you got the Alberta Conservatives, their fortunes get enhanced if the NDP and Green Party win the election. But here's the goofy. The Alberta NDP's defeat will guarantee the end of Ms. Notley's global warming agenda, something the Conservatives or Wild Rose couldn't accomplish on their own. That's right. So in an attempt to stop global warming through preventing the Trans Mountain Pipeline, which, by the way, no reputable scientist says would even make a minor dent on global emissions, but by doing that, they're going to cause the repudiation of Alberta's concrete steps to limit emissions. And for that, the BC NDP's John Horgan, Green Party's Andrew Weaver deserve a goofy.